Welcome to our talk about foundations of measurement theory. We will be talking about introduction to measurement theory, basic concepts in measurement. So, first of all, there is a question why we measure. Why measurement? Let us come to the words of William Thomas and Lord Kelvin. If you cannot measure it, you cannot improve it. Only the things which we can measure, we can improve. On the other hand, Peter Drucker says that if you cannot measure it, you cannot manage it. For things to manage, we need to measure. See the medical word, see the social word, see the scientific word. Only those things which can be measured, can be managed, and can be improved. Now, what is measurement theory? Measurement theory is the systematic study of process of measurement and the rules governing it. So, there are actually two parts of measurement theory. One is the measurement process. Measurement process means how we assign numbers to different attributes or characteristics of the objects or events. And of course, assigning the numbers to different characteristics need certain rules which govern those. So it is study of both. B is measurement theory provides a theoretical framework for understanding how we assign numerical values to various attributes and characteristics of objects and events. So, the measurement theory provides a framework, a theoretical framework, guidelines to assign numbers to different attributes. Why assign numbers? Because different mathematical and statistical operations can only be done if we convert the attributes and characteristics into numbers. C is measurement theory helps ensure that our measurements are reliable, valid, and meaningful, enabling accurate representation and analysis of data. Of course, the concept of reliability, validity, meaningfulness, and accuracy comes from measurement theory, and of course, we use these concepts in the analysis of our data. D part is it encompasses a wide range of concepts including scales of measurement, levels of measurement, reliability, validity, and sources of error. In, in measurement theory, we discuss a wide range of concepts including what are scales of measurement and levels of measurement, and of course there are sources of error in the measurement. Scales of measurement, you know that, and levels of measurement, you know it is nominal, it is ordinal, interval, and ratio scales. E is measurement theory is interdisciplinary with applications in the field such as education, psychology, physics, economics, and sociology. So, measurement theory is a common characteristics of the social sciences, and of course it has utility in the basic sciences also. Almost the same rules govern in both sciences and social sciences. So the B part is about key concepts within measurement theory. So in key concepts, we will talk about constructs, operationalization, variables, and scales of measurement. First of all, constructs. Actually, constructs are abstract concepts or attributes that cannot be directly observed or measured but can be inferred from observable indicators. So, constructs are the things which cannot be directly observed, but we can infer those things or the concepts through other observable indicators. For example, we cannot observe intelligence of a person directly, but when a person performs different things in life, and when we see how the person is conducting himself in different situations, then we can rightly assess the person's intelligence. So his conduct or attributes are the observable indicators, and the hidden or unobserved is the intelligence. When we talk about examples, there are intelligence, personality traits, and attitudes. All these are constructs commonly studied in education and psychology. All these are constructs. So constructs are the concepts or attributes which cannot be observed directly, but we observe them indirectly through different indicators. B2 is operationalization. So operationalization involves defining a construct in terms of specific observable behaviors, events, and characteristics that can be measured. So we actually discussed in the previous slide that constructs cannot be observed directly, but they can be observed through observable behaviors, events, or characteristics. And when we come to observable behaviors, events, and characteristics, then we can measure those. So we actually measure the unobservable through observable indicators. It involves specifying how the construct will be assessed empirically. So in operationalization, we actually define the construct in terms of observable events and characteristics, and we use those observable behaviors, events, and characteristics to measure that very construct. This process is called operationalization. B3 is actually variables. Variable is simply a thing that varies across individuals, objects, or situations. In measurement theory, variables or observable characteristics are attributes that can vary across individuals, objects, or situations. So variables are the things which vary simply. B is they can be either independent variables called predictors or dependent variables called outcomes, so they can assume both the roles. Next is B4, that is actually scales of measurement, and we are used to these scales of measurement in our research courses and in our researches. Measurement theory distinguishes between different types of scales used to quantify variables. The four preliminary scales are these are actually categories of scales, and within these categories there are number of other scales. First category is nominal scales, categorical variables with no inherent order or magnitude. In nominal scales, numbers are used just as names, and there is no quantity in those numbers actually. B is ordinal, variables with ordered categories but no standard differences between categories. In ordinal scales, the higher number represents more quantity than the lower number, but the difference between two quantities is not the same. For example, the difference between number 2 and 3 can be 9, and difference between 3 and 4 may be 2, and it continues. So in ordinal scale, these are ordered categories, but differences are not standardized, are not equal. C is interval. Variables with ordered categories are standardized differences between categories, but with no true 0 point. Interval scale, these are ordered categories, and there are standard differences between the categories. In interval scale, the difference between 2 and 3 is exactly equal as the differences between 3 and 4 as the differences between 3 and 5. So the differences are standardized in interval scale, but the 0 in interval scale does not represent actually true 0. One point which is necessary to be clarified here, that the ordinal scale have complete characteristics of nominal scale plus some additional. Similarly, interval scale has all the characteristics of previous two scales but something additional. Similarly, ratio scale has all the characteristics of previous three scales but have something extra. Let us see what is that something extra. Ratio scale, variables with ordered categories, number 1, as we did in ordinal, standardized differences as we did in interval scale, and a true 0. In ratio scale, there are ordered categories, there are standard differences between the categories, and also a true 0. So 0 in ratio scale represents actually absence of any quantity. For example, when height is 0, then we say that there is no height at all. When weight is 0, then we say that there is no weight at all. So ratio scale is the optimal scale which has ordered categories, standard differences, and true 0. Dear students, we discussed foundations of measurement theory. We discussed introduction to measurement theory and basic concepts in measurement theory. Thank you very much. See you in the next lecture.